In our today's class, we will study about the Loeffler boiler. Earlier, you have studied about Lamont boiler, then Benson boiler, and today you are
Yes,
studying Loeffler boiler. Actually, these are all the high pressure boilers, and which works above the working pressure of 100 bar. But we have seen from the study or the working of Lamont boiler that there are some difficulties in the Lamont boiler. There is the formation of the steam bubbles on the inside tube or pipe of the boiler, and because of the formation of the such bubbles, it creates hindrance in the flow of the heat because of there are chances of the overheating of the tubes and also affect the performance of that Lamont boiler. But in the advancement of the boiler, when we go to the boiler which is called like the Benson boiler, the problem of formation of such steam bubbles is eliminated because Benson boiler is a supercritical boiler, and because of such high pressure, the density of the steam as well as water becomes same, and due to that there is no formation of the steam bubbles. So the problem is eliminated, and also we do not use any storage tank or the boiler drum in case of the Benson boiler. So such problems are eliminated, but in the different conditions we have to use different types of boiler. So today we are taking the boiler which is called like the Loeffler boiler. So just first we are going to the theory. In all modern power plants, high pressure boilers, that is above 100 bar, they are universally used as they offer the following advantage. Because of the advantages, we can use these all types of high pressure boilers in our modern power plants. So in order to obtain efficient operation and high capacity, this is required. Operation should be efficient. Efficiency should be higher to convert water into steam, as well as large amount of capacity to produce the steam. Forced circulation of water through boiler tubes is found helpful. Normally we use forced circulation type boiler. In the boiler, water is circulated by the force, high pressure is used. Some special types of boilers operating at supercritical pressures and using forced circulation boilers are described here. So the efficiency and capacity of the plant can be increased as a reduced quantity of steam is required. If we use the boiler with the good efficiency and the capacity, then it requires the less quantity of the steam to produce the same power generation. Because if the steam is generated at the high pressure, then a small quantity of the steam can be used for the generation of the same power. Suppose a boiler is using this M1 amount of steam. Suppose this steam is M1 means you can say suppose it is 200 kg lead per second for one boiler, and this boiler is operating let its pressure is P1 equal to for example you can say 200 bar. Roughly I have taken this pressure. At this pressure the boiler is generating this amount of heat. Another boiler, let it is P2, it is using M2 equal to, and in a roughly figure, suppose it is producing the steam which is, we can say 1000 kg per second, or take it per minute, not per second. You also take here per minute. And here, if the pressure in this boiler, let it is 100 bar. So if you compare these two pressures in the boiler, P2 100 bar, here 200 bar. So here at this pressure, steam generated, let it is using only 200 kg per minute. And this boiler which is at the less pressure using the 1000 kg of steam per minute. So what happens if these two boilers are being operated and producing power for the same power generation? For the same power generation, the boiler which is operating with the high pressure will require the less quantity for the same power generation. But the boiler which is operating at the low pressure will require the high amount of the more amount of the steam. So this is the difference. If the boiler is operating at the higher pressure, it will require the less quantity of the steam. So this is the advantage of using the high pressure in the boiler. Just these figures I have taken the just roughly figure just to understand what is the difference of the using high pressure of the steam. The forced circulation of water through the boiler tubes provides freedom in the arrangement. If we use forced circulation, so the arrangement requires the freedom for making such connections of the furnace and water valve, in addition to reduction in the heat exchange area. Some point we have already discussed. The tendency of scale formation is reduced due to high velocity of water. When we are using the forced circulation, because we are forcing the water with the high pressure, so scale formation is reduced because that high pressure when flowing through the pipes, it will remove some scale particle. So that is also reduced. The danger of overheating is also reduced that because all the parts are uniformly heated. Because the water is flowing continuously with the high pressure, with the force. Because of that, chances of overheating is reduced because large quantity of water is being handled, so it will take the power fastly, okay, take the heat fastly, and because of that, chances of overheating will be reduced. Also, the differential expansion is also reduced due to uniform temperature. So, but we have seen earlier that a major difficulty experienced in the Benson boiler is the deposition of salt. The Benson boiler has eliminated the difficulty which was found in case of the Lamont boiler, and it is the formation of the steam bubbles that prevents the flow of the heat. But there is the still problem of the deposition of the salt. As we know that suppose some pipe is there, suppose this is some pipe, and through some this pipe some fluid is flowing, or here the water is flowing through this pipe. When some fluid is flowing through the pipe, definitely this fluid, this is having some sediments in it, and these sediments as well as some sticky material will deposit over this surface, inside surface of the pipe there will be some deposition. Okay, so this deposition will be formed, and because of this deposition, it will restrict the flow of the heat because outside to inside there is the flow of the heat, and because of this deposition, this will uh, produce a hindrance in the flow of the heat, hindrance or obstacle in the flow of the heat. This layer will prevent or create some hindrance. So, when we use the Bunsen boiler, the deposition of salt on the inside surface and sediment on the inner surface of the water tubes is a problem. After solving the problem of the bubble formation, then deposition reduced the heat transfer. When there is some deposit, the heat transfer will be reduced, and ultimately it will affect the steam generating capacity of the boiler. So how we can reduce or eliminate this type of problem? This problem further increase the danger of overheating because when the salt is there on the surface, it will prevent the heat flow to the water inside the pipe. Because of that, there are chances of the overheating of the tube due to the salt deposition, as it has a high thermal resistance, because this salt will not allow the heat to flow through it, and heat will not reach in this area where are the water particles are there, heat will not reach here. Because of that, it will create here the problem of the overheating. So problem of overheating will be there. Okay, so this difficulty was solved in a Loeffler boiler by preventing the flow of water into the boiler tubes. So most of the steam is generated in outside from the feed water using part of the superheated steam coming out from the boiler. Now, if there is the problem that we are facing that salt deposition creating the heat entrance in the heat flow, how we can solve the problem? Can you answer?
सर उससे पहले हार्ड वाटर को रिमूव कर देंगे, हार्डनेस उसकी।
No, so it will require a separate power plant for the
यस सर।
for the its operation. So this is not recommended. It will require the extra money. Okay, because we are having the hard water. You understand? If you are having the hard water, sometimes we also use at our homes to drink the water, aqua, etc., aquaguard, etc. So what it does, it
यस
filters, it eliminates or it separates the some other particles. Okay, so we cannot use it. If we are not using such type of filtration equipment, then we have to take in such particles or the hardness in that, and that can cause the health-related problem. But in case of the boiler, we use the boiler at the large capacity. We have to use a large amount of water to generate the steam. But if such quantity at the large level
यस सर।
is being used for the generation of the steam, it will form a lot of problem. So problem occurs like such that I'm going to explain you. Suppose because in the large quantity, this is uh, this is the pipe, okay, and here this pipe, the water particles are there. These are water particles because the purpose of in the boiler is we have to transfer heat. So heat outside there are the hot gases. Okay, so I am writing here inside the pipe there is the water, and outside this pipe there are hot gases. And what is happening here, the heat of the hot gases is passing to the water. Heat means I am going to write here q means the heat of the gases is to pass to the water, so that water will get heat and water will be evaporated. This is the mechanism. But what is happening, this pipe actually normally we use here pipes are the metal pipes, so that they can transfer heat easily, metal pipe. Now what is happening, because of the salt, this salt deposition occurs here on the inside surface of the pipe. Because there is a salt deposition, the layer will be formed over the inside surface of the pipe. Such type of layer is formed here. This is the layer of salt because of the salty water. Layer of salt. Okay, what happens when we are residing in the coastal areas, like near the sea? The water is having a lot of salt. So removal of the salt is a difficult problem. How we can use it? And such water, if being used, that will deposit the salt over the surface. And because of this layer is having the high thermal resistance. High thermal resistance means it will not allow the heat to flow,
हीट।
or it will create some hindrance in the flow of heat. Okay, so because of the, what will happen, heat is there, but it is not going to flow through it. Because of that, heat will accumulate outside the pipe, and because of the accumulation of the heat, it will overheat the surface. You getting my point?
यस सर।
Heat is there, but this layer is not allowing the heat to flow because it is causing the high thermal resistance. So heat will not flow, and because of that, what will happen? Heat will be accumulated here. Heat will be accumulated, and heat will be when accumulated. Because of that, what will happen? It will rise temperature.
यस
So if it will rise temperature, there are chances of the overheating. Chances of overheating will be there because of that. Okay, so actually this is the problem. We cannot use a separate water treatment plant for the boiler because it requires a large quantity of water. So what we have to do, Actually, this type of mechanism where we are using some gases here, some water here, and heat flow is occurring. Actually, it is a one type of called as the heat exchanger. This mechanism is one type of heat exchanger, where heat is exchanged from one fluid to another. Heat is exchanged from one fluid to another. You are getting my point?
नो सर, नहीं समझा सर, अच्छे क्लियर नहीं हुआ.
Heat exchanger, you don't understand. Okay.
हीट हीट एक्सचेंज आगे क्या बोला सर?
Yeah.
वन फ्लूइड.
Suppose this is a partition wall. Okay. Just I am showing you. Suppose here we are using hot fluid. Okay, it is at temperature T1,
यस.
and on this side we are
यस.
using cold fluid or the cold liquid, you can say. It is at temperature T2.
T2.
Here the temperature T1 is greater than T2, and this is a partition.
यस सर.
This is a partition wall, and this wall partition of metal. It is a partition of metal.
मेटल.
So the heat will flow from this high temperature to low temperature. Any doubt?
यस सर. नो सर.
Will flow from, है ना? So heat will flow. That is a Q. So Q will flow
यस
through
सर.
this. है ना? Here what is happening? Hot fluid is this is the one fluid. This is the another fluid,
यस सर.
and heat is transferring from hot fluid to cold fluid.
कोल्ड फ्लूइड.
So this type of heat transfer is known as the operation of the heat exchanger. This is called the heat exchanger. We are transferring heat, but through some medium, some metallic ball.
मीडियम.
They are separated by this ball. This is called the heat exchanger. You will study in the heat and mass transfer later. But it is same happening here also. There is the pipe, metal pipe. Inside the pipe there is the water. Outside the pipe there are the flue gases. Okay. Flue gases here, water here, and from the flue gases they will give heat to the water, but the heat transfer will occur through the pipe ball. Outside the pipe, hot gases; inside the pipe, water. So between the water and the hot gases, what is there? There is the metallic pipe ball. So through this ball, heat is transferred. So it is the mechanism of the heat transfer. Okay.
यस सर.
Yeah. Okay. Now, what is the problem? When the salt deposition is there, because of that, it is not flowing. So that is causing the rise in temperature as well as the overheating. Just you try to understand only simple up to this level, that because of the salt deposition, heat is not being transferred. Okay. There is some problem in it. Okay. Now, what is the solution for that? We are having one fluid here, another fluid here. We have to transfer heat. But because of the deposition of salt, suppose salt deposition is occurring here. Salt deposition is occurring here over this level. Salt is depositing here. So what you will do so that salt should not deposit? Okay. So this time making clear. And in this case, we use some mechanism. Suppose we are having two fluids. You can say this is we are having here some hot water in one container and cold water in another container. Hot water and cold water. Okay. Here.
यस सर.
Now what we can do, if we mix hot water with cold water, you mix it. Suppose hot water at temperature T1, cold water at temperature T2. So after mixing, what will happen? After mixing, what will happen? The temperature will be T1 plus T2 by 2. Okay, average temperature. Is it okay?
यस सर.
So what happened? Actually, when we mix two fluids, the some heat of the hot water is transferred to the cold water.
कोल्ड वाटर.
Okay. So there is
यस सर.
also the heat transfer from the hot fluid to cold fluid. But here the two fluids are allowed to mix together. Two fluids are allowed to mix together. So this
together.
mechanism is used in case of the Loeffler boiler. This mechanism is used in case of the Loeffler boiler. Is it clear? I am just trying to first making you clear the concept. Then I will go for your boiler. Is it clear?
Yes sir, ये तो clear हो गया.
When we are mixing these two, heat transfer will be there. Okay. So now I am going to that boiler now again. Come to the point. So here you will see what do we do in our this boiler, and the pressure feed pump draws the water through the economizer and delivers it to the evaporator drain. Whole mechanism is given there. So just I am directly reaching to this boiler figure. Now see here. This picture is clear. Can you see it?
Yes sir.
Okay.
Yes sir, clear है
Yes,
पूरी.
yes.
Okay, okay. I am making this slightly smaller, and you can see the whole picture. Okay, now is it visible? Now see.
Yes sir.
Actually, this is the estimate diagram of the Loeffler boiler. So, and we start from this here. You can see this is the feed water from the hot well. Feed water. Feed water is coming from the hot well, and here we are using a feed pump. Okay. So with the help
Yes
of
sir.
the feed water is coming, and this feed water here it is passing through this portion. Actually, this section is known as the economizer. I think it is not written here, but this section is known as the economizer, where heat of the flue gases is transferred to the water. This is known as the economizer. Clear? Hot gases
Yes
are
sir.
moving upward, hot gases are moving upward, and water is coming through this passage. So the water, okay, yeah, so this fluid, this gases will give heat to the water, and water will be slightly heated. Clear? Then after passing this section, it is following this passage. Water is following this passage, okay? Coming through this passage. And this water is entering here. There is a evaporation drum. This whole drum is called as the evaporation drum, where the evaporation of the water will take place. Is it clear till that point? So
Yes sir.
water after passing through this economizer section will reach to the evaporation drum, and here you can see this is the whole water. Whole water is collected here in this drum. Underside you can see the dashed line which are showing the water. Water is stored here. Okay.
Yes.
Now I will connect you here again. Now this water in the evaporation drum is evaporated. When this water gets heat, water will be evaporated. Okay. After evaporation, this water is with the help of the steam circulating pump. When the water will be evaporated, it will become the steam. And this steam, with the help of steam circulating pump, it passes through the radiant superheater. Actually, this is the combustion chamber, which is having the high amount of heat, high temperature, and over which the steam is flowing. So steam will get heat.
पीछे का कैमरा करना उसमें काम दिखाई देता है
Rohit, unmute yourself.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so steam will reach here and pass through radiant superheater. Then this steam, following this passage, it will again pass through convective superheater. This is the convective superheater. Whole passage convective superheater. Through these two portions, steam will be. Vikas, unmute yourself.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So what is happening here? The steam will pass first through radiant superheater, then through the convective superheater. In both the cases, it will get heat. After getting heat, we are getting here the superheated steam. We are getting here the superheated steam. Means,
Superheated.
yeah, here we are getting water, and water has passed through radiant superheater, then the convective superheater, and then we have got the superheated steam. So this is the superheated steam is coming. Now see here, at this point we are having the superheated steam. So this superheated steam will go through the HP turbine. So what is happening? 65% of the superheated steam. Here you can see 0.65 W. You can see here
Yes, sir.
0.65 weightage of the steam is coming back to the evaporation drum. मीन्स स्टीम थी, उस स्टीम का 65% पार्ट वापस आ रहा है और 35% पार्ट कहाँ जा रहा है हमारा एचपी टरबाइन से पास हो रहा है, हाई प्रेशर टरबाइन
HP.
से पास होगा. तो इट विल रन द टरबाइन हियर and that 35% steam will go again, it will pass through here. This is called as the steam reheater. Here steam will go here, it will be reheated, and then this steam will again go to the LP turbine, then it is exhausted to condenser. So the steam which has been produced, it will first pass through the HP turbine, then it will be reheated here in the boiler itself. Then after reheating, it will pass through the low pressure turbine. LP turbine means low pressure turbine, produce the work, and then it will be exhausted. Now see here, the 65% of the steam which is coming to the evaporated or evaporation drum. Here you can see the steam nozzles are there. These are the steam nozzles. So the steam nozzles, because this is the steam having the high amount of heat. So when the steam is mixed with the water, here actually the steam is being mixed with the water. So steam when mixed with the water, it will give heat, its heat to the water to evaporate it. That I have studied, that I have given by the example that we are mixing the hot water and cold water to transfer the
Yes,
heat.
sir.
But here the steam heat of the steam is being used to heat the water, to evaporate the
Water.
water, and the water will be evaporated, and water is again following the same passage. So actually this is the working of the Loeffler boiler. So between the two fluids, here between the two fluids, one fluid is steam and another fluid is water. Both are mixed together. These two are mixing is there.
Mm.
When there is the direct mixing of the two fluids, there is no barrier between these two. There is no barrier. If there is some barrier, then the salt will be deposited. But when they are mixed together, there is no problem of the formation of the salt deposition. Salt will be deposited, and that salt will be taken out through this portion. Okay.
सर ये वाला थोड़ा समझ में नहीं आया सर, इसके जैसे पाइप में जो अपन ने जो फीट क्या
Yeah.
बोलते हैं ले गए थे, उसमें भी तो हो सकता है ना?
No, no, no. Here we are using the concept. What concept we are using? That what concept we are using is that we have to mix two fluids together so that there should be directly heat transfer. You are
Okay.
getting my point? If there are
Yes,
still
sir.
if there are two fluids, one fluid A, another fluid B, and they are separated by this ball, there will be the deposition of the salt here. This is the salt. If the fluids are
Yes, sir.
separated together. But we have to eliminate this thing. Salt should not be deposited there. So we can mix the two fluids. One fluid is the steam, another is the water.
Okay.
So when these two will be mixed together, heat transfer will be there. And now what will happen here? That if the some salt deposited, then salt will be taken out from this sludge portion, the bottom side. We can remove the salt from the bottom portion. Okay. So you are getting my point?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so actually this concept is used in case of this boiler, which is called as the Loeffler boiler. Okay. तो इसमें क्या हो रहा है कि आपका यहाँ से हीट पंप है, यहाँ से हमारा वाटर आया और वाटर हमारा इकोनॉमिक सेक्शन से पास हुआ, स्लाइटली वाटर हीट हुआ. हीट होने के बाद ये हमारा वाटर यहाँ से आ रहा है और कहाँ पहुँच गया, एवापोरेशन ड्रम में हमारा वाटर आ जाएगा. ओके. इस एवापोरेशन
Okay,
ड्रम
sir.
में यहाँ से स्टीम आ रही है. तो स्टीम क्या होगी, स्टीम में हाई अमाउंट ऑफ हीट होती है ना. और वो हीट क्या
हाँ
करेगी,
सर।
हीट जाके स्टीम, यहाँ नोजल लगे हुए हैं, नोजल से स्टीम स्प्रे होगी तो वाटर में स्टीम क्या हो जाएगी, मिक्स हो जाएगी। तो स्टीम में ज़्यादा हीट होती है, वाटर में हीट कम है, सो द स्टीम विल गिव इट्स हीट टू द वाटर। ओके,
यस सर।
ओके
तो
सर।
वाटर विल बी एवापोरेटेड, है ना। ओके,
यस सर।
व्हाट इट,
यस सर।
सो
यस
यस सर,
सर।
सॉल्ट
दिस,
जमेगा भी तो नीचे सर, नीचे वाली
हाँ
लेयर
इसे
पे जमेगा,
निकाल
है ना?
लेंगे, इसे निकाल लेंगे, है ना। अब
निकाल
यहाँ
लेंगे,
यस।
नीचे से
या
जमेगा भी तो
या
सर।
या हाँ वैसा होता है, ठीक है। और इसमें क्या होगा कि जो हमारे यहाँ पर जो स्टीम है, ये स्टीम फिर पास होगी, यहाँ पर एक स्टीम सर्कुलेशन पंप लगा हुआ है, इस पंप की हेल्प से स्टीम को हम आगे बढ़ाएंगे। फिर ये रेडिएंट सुपर हीटर जो कंबसन चैम्बर के पास है, वहाँ से हमारी स्टीम पास होगी, हीटेड होगी, सुपर हीट हो जाएगी ये। और इसे जब और आगे मूव कराएंगे तो एक कन्वेक्शन सुपर हीटर है, ये आप पढ़ेंगे रेडिएशन क्या है, कन्वेक्शन क्या है, एचएमटी में पढ़ेंगे आप। तो हमारे लिए सुपर हीटेड स्टीम हमारे यहाँ पर जनरेट हो रही है, एंड दिस सुपर हीटेड स्टीम इज रेडी हियर एट दिस पॉइंट। क्लियर।
यस।
नाउ
यस सर।
इस सुपर हीटेड स्टीम का जो 65% पार्ट है वो वापस फिर से प्लांट में आ रहा है, किसके लिए, हीटिंग के लिए। गेट्स इट,
हीटिंग के लिए।
या फिर से यहाँ पर आ जाएगा।
एवोपोरेशन।
और जो बचा हुआ 35% पार्ट है वो पहले एचपी
टरबाइन
टरबाइन
में
से
जाएगा।
पास हुआ, ये एचपी टरबाइन है, एचपी मीन्स हाई प्रेशर टरबाइन,
हाई प्रेशर टूल।
हाई प्रेशर टरबाइन, ओके
है ना।
सर।
तो इससे
सर
पास
यहाँ
होगा,
से हम वर्क डन।
या बिल्कुल वर्क मिलेगा, डेफिनेटली हमें वर्क डन मिलेगा। ओके, मिलेगा वर्क डन भाई।
ओके सर।
ओके, या वर्क डन मिल जाएगा, लेकिन वर्क डन मिलने के बाद उसका प्रेशर क्या हो जाएगा, कम हो जाएगा, है ना, लो प्रेशर हो जाएगा, एक्सपांसन होगा
यस
लो
प्रेशर।
सर।
प्रेशर।
तो बिकॉज ऑफ दैट उसका प्रेशर कम होगा, टेम्परेचर भी कम होगा। इसको हम वापस कहाँ भेजते हैं, फिर से उसको बॉयलर में ले जाते हैं, या बॉयलर में उसको फिर से रीहीट करते हैं।
यस
ठीक है
सर।
ना, स्टीम स्टीम रीहीटर, हीटर लिखा हो, स्टीम रीहीटर। तो फिर से तो हम रीहीट करेंगे, रीहीट होने के बाद तो फिर से हीट हो जाएगी, उसको हम फिर से वापस कहाँ ले जाएंगे, लो प्रेशर टरबाइन में। यहाँ पर क्या होगा, टेम्परेचर बढ़ जाएगा लेकिन प्रेशर उतना नहीं बढ़ेगा जो पहले था। ओके,
जी सर।
बिकॉज ऑफ
ओके सर।
दैट नाउ इट विल रन द एलपी टरबाइन, हमारे लिए कुछ वर्क हमें यहाँ से भी मिलेगा, और दोनों टरबाइन से हमें क्या होगा, वर्क मिल जाएगा।
वो
एंड
बन
दिस,
बल्क मिल जाएगा।
या देन दिस एग्जॉस्ट टू, एग्जॉस्ट स्टीम टू, फिर स्टीम हमारी कंडेंसर में चली
कंडेंसर।
जाएगी। क्लियर।
यस सर।
This is the operation of the
यस सर।
Lerner boiler. Now just you see one video also, so that the operation for this operation of this boiler. आपको आवाज आ रही है इसमें?
यस सर।
यस सर, आ रही है।
आ रही सर।
आपको ये समझ में आ रहा है ऑपरेशन? आर यू गेटिंग?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Flow line.
आ रहा है सर।
Okay, each and every point. You can see here, this is the feed pump, then this is our economizer section. The whatever I have
Yes.
can do, the water will come here, it will enter. Here you can see the formation of the evaporation here, the mixing nozzles are there, combustion chamber, and the steam, the percentage also given here, 65%. Here, 35% this will go after passing through the HP turbine, high pressure steam turbine. It will pass through the steam reheater. Then it will pass through again the low pressure turbine. This is you can see the radiant superheater, then convective superheater. All the things that you can see and to understand better. Okay, so in this way, today we have discussed about the operation of the Loeffler boiler, what are
Low floor boiler.
the Loeffler boiler, and how the problems can be eliminated, how the heat transfer is occurring, and from the that is the steam to the water, and how we can solve this problem. है ना? So this point we have discussed. We have also discussed about the problem which has been solved by the Benson boiler, and still the problem of the Benson boiler, which is of the salty water, and because
Yes.
of that there is the obstruction in the heat flow. So the problem of the Benson boiler solved by the Loeffler boiler. But the Loeffler boiler is particularly useful where there is the formation of the salt layer and the water is containing a lot of salt in it. So in such areas, we use the Loeffler boiler where the heat of the superheated steam is directly used to evaporate the water in the evaporation drum. So it is the advantage boiler, and our next class you will study the Bellows boiler. So with this, just I am going to end up this class. Okay.